Welcome back, and thank you for clicking on this video. Today, Django and I are going to talk about dog socialization and how you can socialize your dog to the world around it. Django is the perfect example of a dog who wasn't socialized properly in his puppyhood, which is why he gets really anxious when he's around other dogs. I got him when he's 4, so there's not a lot that I can do about his puppyhood, which is why I wanted to help you to not make the same mistakes that his original owners made. So make sure that you click that subscribe button to follow all of our adventures and for more dog training tips, because who doesn't love tips? First off, let's talk about what socialization is. Socialization is the process of getting your dog comfortable with the beings in the world around it. So this includes all different types of humans, children, elderly, runners on the street, people with different skin colors, and all types of dogs, different sizes, different ages, and different temperaments. Socialization is showing them that these things are non-threatening and that they should be enjoyed instead of feared. Between the ages of 3 and 14 weeks is what we call the sensitive period. This is when your puppy develops its opinions about everything. And after that time is when they start to develop fear and anxiety. So you really have that small amount of time in order to expose it to everything that it will encounter in its life with you. The controversial issue here is that a lot of dogs don't receive their final vaccinations until they're about 16 weeks of age. So a lot of vets will suggest that the dogs stay indoors, away from all dogs and humans. But this is a huge mistake. Of course, from a medical perspective, it makes sense, but from a training perspective, you're missing that sensitive period, which means that instead of introducing your dog to new things, you're actually just doing crowd control for issues that have already arisen. So of course, when you're socializing your dog, be safe, but you're doing a huge disservice to your dog if you don't socialize them early in their life. So how do you socialize your dog? Well, you do it with proper introductions. Introduce your dog to everyone and everything and make it very, very fun. So as your dog is encountering a new experience, make sure that you're giving them lots of praise and lots of treats so that they see that this thing isn't really scary and it could actually be really amazing. Make sure that you're controlling all of these encounters. In your dog's first year of its life, any teeny tiny negative experience could cause a lifetime of fear. So make sure that you are monitoring your dog's play with other dogs. So if you have a neighbor or a friend who has a dog that you think would be really good with your puppy, then introduce them one at a time, slowly, in a safe, controlled environment. Also, puppy socialization classes are a really good idea. You can find these at most dog training facilities. And they're a great idea because puppies will be exposed to other dogs that are its own age in a controlled environment with trained professionals to monitor the play. However, puppy socialization classes should not be your dog's only time to socialize, but it should be something that you're working on every single day. Although your puppy's first 14 weeks are critical in the socialization process, the meet and greets don't stop there. There is a lot of learning that happens after that 14-week period, so make sure that you're constantly introducing your dog to other dogs and other people and new experiences so that it gets the exposure that it needs to become a well-behaved dog. So now let's talk about the don'ts of socializing your dog, and the first one is flooding. What I mean by flooding is overwhelming your dog with a situation that they're not quite ready for. So keep an eye on your dog to make sure that they're not getting overly stressed or anxious, and remove them from the situation when you start to see those signs happening. And the second thing is do not coddle your dog. So don't pick up your dog at the slightest sign of stress every time something happens. A little bit of stress is actually really good for puppies. So make sure that you allow your dog to stand on its own 4 feet. I don't know what this is. The third thing that you should not do is overexposing your dog to the environment. As we know, as the vets have told us, before your dog gets all of their vaccinations, they are susceptible to some diseases. So make sure that you do socialize your dog, but that you're being safe about it. So control your dog's environment, introduce them to dogs that you already know, don't throw them in the dog park where diseases are more likely to spread, and you can keep your dog safe. Along with good health, proper socialization is the most important thing that you can do for your puppy. So make sure that you take that time to get your puppy comfy with the world around it. It will save you a huge headache later on in life. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that you learned something new today. If you like hanging out with me and Django, then make sure that you click that subscribe button. We would love to have you join the community here. And stay tuned for more videos from me and Django.